ads and copywriting, right? Writing for specific tasks, right? For example, if you are putting a social media post, let's say if you have if you're a local business which is focusing on martial arts and you want to promote your martial art training camps during the summer, then you can basically use ChatGPT to generate a lot of ads and copywriting materials that could be used for promotional purposes using ChatGPT. And then planning and activities, right? Planning for 7-year-old, planning a trip, or other things that you can essentially do using ChatGPT. So this task, which is basically the task that was listed out at the beginning, which is writing ads or copyright, promotional materials, and for promoting your businesses. For example, if you have martial art teaching facility and you want to promote that for summer camps on social media posts like LinkedIn, Facebook, and so forth, and if you want to generate content, then you can use ChatGPT as a way to create different posts. So what I'm doing here is I'm asking ChatGPT to write a creative ad for a high school summer camp in data science, machine learning, and AI in less than 40 words while generating curiosity. So I'm giving you the context and the way I want to write. I'm also specifying the amount of words roughly that should be there. You can change this amount of words to 20, 30, and it will give different responses, right? And you can use depending upon what you need. But essentially what I'm trying to showcase here is that it could be used as an ads and copyright assistant. Now, this is not very easy task to do. There are experts in this domain, but nowadays you have ChatGPT, which can do this task very, very easily for this. And this is one of the business use cases, like a lot of promotional materials that you can develop and generate using ChatGPT that could be used for business purposes and so forth. So let's see. I'm asking the ChatGPT to create 20 of this ads copy for high school students, and then asking them to generate in that for 40 or less, right? I will read one of this, and you can see probably that it is doing a really decent job in generating, right? Generating something like this typically takes a lot of time when you're doing these things on your own. But now, with the help of this large language models, it has learned what are there on the social media posts and so forth and so on, and it can generate a very specific ads and copyright type of content for you easily if you specify that what is your need, right? So for example, I will read the first one. Here it's talking about unlock the future for your high schooler with our mind-bending summer camp. Dive into the secrets of data science, machine learning, and AI. Limited spots available. Okay. So it's essentially generating a content for you, and you can go through this set of outputs, and this is the 20 things that you can post over 20 days, and that will basically help you in probably bringing more customers to your summer camp or martial art or data science or whatever camp that you might have. So this is one of the specific use cases where you can write creative ads or copies for your promotional materials using ChatGPT or large language models. And this is one of the important tasks that is enabled by this class of interfaces and this class of technologies that are out there. Let's move on and go to the next task, right? The next task that I want to talk about is planning and activities. Okay. So you can use, ChatGPT interfaces for doing planning and plan different activities. And that's another useful things that you can do with large language model. So let me give a prompt, right? I have essentially a 7-year-old daughter, and she is now in the summer vacation. So I have to plan some activities. So what I'm asking is ChatGPT that my daughter is 7, suggest an art and craft activities for her that I can do with her, right? So this is an activity planning problem. Certainly, here are some of the art and craft activities suitable for a 7-year-old: paper collage, nature prints, hand footprint, right? Clay creatives, GIO, jewelry, tissue paper art, and so forth and so on. So it's essentially suggesting the 10 different things that I can do with, and then I can, go through the suggestions that I have, and I can pick some of these activities and hopefully implement those for a single day. In fact, I can take this 10 outputs and I can easily plan for 10 different days of activity that I can carry out with my daughter. So this is like an activity planning task, right? So that you can carry out. So if you have any activities that you want to play, do, you can take some suggestions from ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is very, very good in providing useful suggestions, right? Not all of them is perfect, but they are useful suggestions that could be used as a starting point, and then you can pick and choose among those to plan your activities. Okay. Now this is like a very high level task, but you can do a very specific type of planning too, also with ChatGPT, right? So I will provide you another prompt where I'm asking it to generate specifically a trip, right? So what I'm asking here is to generate a long weekend plan for best places to visit locally. And I want to start from Charlotte, where I live. And then I want to basically start in Greensboro. That should be my first stop. And the second stop should be Asheville, which is also in North Carolina. And then I want to return back. So I'm providing very specific tasks that, it has to start from here, it has to go there, it has to have activities. And if I want to do that for a long weekend, and long weekend is specifically 3 days, right? 3-day plan that I'm not giving it 3 days. I'm asking it to do long weekend, and it will automatically understand that this is a 3-day plan trip that it need to be there. And let's see what output it gives, right? So you can see here is the long day weekend plan, Charlotte, Greensboro, and Asheville. It is following the sequence. It understood the sequence, and it's doing all the activity planning. It is essentially going through, all the travel websites and other things that are there on the language data that is there on the web. And it's also specifying the specific things that you can do there. Okay. So here, I know for sure that there is a Greensboro Science Center that is out there, which has an aquarium, zoo, and museum. That's a good activity that I can do with the kids and so forth and so on. So here is an example of how you can do planning, trip plan, right? So this is an example of trip planning, and you can do a Europe trip, you can do a Disney trip, Florida trip, or what are different trips. In fact, you can go more specific, and you can ask for best flights. What are the routes, what are the cheapest flights, and it will give you some very, very good suggestions that you can use for your planning purposes. And that is also one of the main tasks that you can do using large language models or interfaces like ChatGPT for your specific applications.